Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a push for prayers after a horrific crash.
We're just blessed to be here. Yeah, we take things for granted. Like just being alive, yeah.
Two families facing an unimaginable tragedy, forever changed by a drunk driver.
Your heart hurts for these kids.
Has just ended for the day in the Natural Bridge Zoo investigation case.
During today's seizure hearing, state witnesses testified as to why the Attorney General's office seized nearly 100 animals during its search, which was just about 2 weeks ago. 10 News reporter Amy Cochran is working for you tonight. She has been in that courtroom all day. She's live right now with the very late-breaking details. Amy?
John, our request to have a camera in the courtroom was denied by the judge. However, I did take some notes, and many of the witnesses today, they were zoo experts. They were hired by the state to testify. They recommended the seizure of animals based on what they describe as unsanitary and overcrowded conditions. Now, these zoo experts coming from as far away as Oakland, California. The state alleges that there was a lack of security at the zoo. An investigator says all of the doors to the zoo were unlocked except for the front door when they arrived for their search. We also learned more about the euthanized white Bengal tiger named Zeus today. The state says that a necropsy was performed at Virginia Tech and shows he had cancer that spread to multiple organs. The hearing is going to continue for a second day on January 5th. The zoo's attorney, Mario Williams, says he will call his animal experts during that time.
And I feel very comfortable going forward. I stand behind the Mojensons, absolutely 100%, that they are running a legitimate business, that they should not have these animals taken, and that we are going to win.
Now, I reached out to the Attorney General's office as well for comment, and they say they cannot comment on ongoing investigations. Live in Lexington, Amy Cochran, 10 News, working for you.
Turning now to the forecast, where it has been sunny and seasonable all around a nice day today.
It was a nice day today. Yeah. Meteorologist Marshall Downing is here now to show us what's ahead this week. We're getting pretty close to Christmas, Marshall.
We sure are, but temperatures aren't quite feeling like it. It's feeling a lot more like the first days of December than it is that later third that we have all the holidays stuffed into. Now, most of us this morning started off in the teens or 20s for our lows. Hillsville at 20, Roanoke at 23, and Lynchburg at 18. Even Lewisburg started off at 12. But we did a really good job of warming up. Most of our temperatures well up into the 40s and even 50s, so way warmer than we were yesterday afternoon. And we're able to hold on to quite a bit of that heat this evening, going from around 40 at 7 p.m. into the mid-30s by 10 p.m. Not too much wind to deal with. It is on the chilly side, but it's rather clear. We're not looking at any rain or anything, so just dealing with those temperatures cooling down. You might not need a jacket this evening to prevent the wind from getting at you, but it'll really come in handy tomorrow. Have some wind chill to go along with our temperatures sliding back down into the low 30s, with a lot of our absolute lows ending up in the mid to upper 20s. Now, notice that's quite a bit warmer than what we got to this morning, and that's going to start a trend that keeps on going. We've got a lot of warmer, making it, fairly mild, especially for it being December. Days as we go through the end of this week and the start of the next. Stick around, I'll show you how that weather looks all the way up until the start of Christmas. Back to you, John.
A convicted sex offender was shot by police in Roanoke after a standoff with law enforcement. We have the exclusive video we can show you of the suspect being hauled off in a stretcher. Police have yet to confirm the suspect's name, so 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett is working for you to learn more about this person's criminal past and the arrest.
Police still haven't released the suspect's name, but we do know where the incident occurred. So I went onto the Virginia State Police's sex offender registry and I typed in the address where they executed that search warrant, and you can see that the search results are pending right now. Now you can see that 3 sex offenders have popped up in the area. So if I click on them, we're looking for a man who is 40 years old. And here we go. We can search for this man, Jeremy Dean Bailey. He fits the identity of the suspect that they arrested yesterday. We know that he is 40 years old and is a registered sex offender. So that's how we found out who the suspect is.
Online court records list Bailey as a fugitive for failing to register as a violent sexual offender. He was convicted of raping a minor in 2010. The registry lists his address as 1324 Dunmore Street, the exact location police swarmed Tuesday. According to the registry, Bailey is listed as a Tier 3 sex offender, which requires him to re-register with local law enforcement every 30 days. Wednesday afternoon, I went to look for search warrants at the Roanoke City Courthouse, but cameras aren't allowed inside. Nothing related to this incident was filed. State police said he was taken to a hospital with serious injuries, but did not provide an update on his condition. In Roanoke, Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
A Lynchburg police officer is justified in shooting a man that was stabbing a woman to death. That's the ruling handed down today by the Commonwealth's attorney. It's believed that police tried to stop Tony Brown, who you see there, several times before shots were fired. The 43-year-old is facing multiple charges in connection to the stabbing death of Nicole Rosser, including first-degree murder, breaking and entering, and violating a protective order. You may remember it happened at a home on Boonesboro Road last month.
24-year-old is facing charges in a knife attack that led to an officer-involved shooting in Clifton Forge earlier this month. Today, state police identified Micah Godfrey as the man who was shot. We're told he ambushed an officer behind the police department in a dollar store parking lot.
The South Boston police chief is on paid administrative leave tonight. Brian Young took over in January 2021 and has more than 2 decades of law enforcement experience. Town leaders have not told us the reason for his absence.
A historic ruling ahead of decision 2024. The Colorado Supreme Court will not allow former President Donald Trump on the primary ballot. The court disqualified the former president under a section of the 14th Amendment, accusing him of insurrection for his role in the January 6th Capitol riot. Virginia Tech political science professor Karen Holt says the move will not directly impact Virginia voters, but it may have a national impact.
Well, certainly nothing like this has happened before, especially with regard to presidential candidates. In fact, that particular section of the 14th Amendment only applied in a handful of cases right after the Civil War was over.
The ruling would not go into effect until January 4th to allow time for appeals. If it's appealed, it would be up to the U.S. Supreme Court whether to take the case.
Coming up, hope after heartache. The long road to recovery ahead for 2 teens after a life-changing crash.
And it's the season of giving, the local event bringing joy to both volunteers and the community. 2 families in the New River Valley are leaning on their faith after a horrific car accident.
10 News reporter Thomas Mundy sat down with a 16-year-old in Floyd who was driving his girlfriend back home before disaster struck. In this 10 News exclusive story.
Just driving home, just normal drive. It doesn't, you're not thinking about having a crazy car crash. You're just not.
Micah Underwood is
2 headlights in my lane.
Micah Underwood and Lauren Worley were hit by a driver head-on Route 8 in Patrick County.
The first thing I noticed when I look up from the crash is just there's blood all over the airbags.
Underwood says after the initial shock, he knew this was a bad situation.
Her head was just kind of propped up against the door, against the glass. And she was just kind of making like a noise, kind of like, like after you cry, you just kind of have like that noise.
Due to Life 360 on Lauren's phone, emergency personnel were on scene within minutes. Micah, Lauren, and the man that hit them were then all flown to Roanoke Memorial. Micah says he then learned the extent of his injuries.
Figured out, I broke my wrist, broke my femur.
But he says after being pulled out of the car, he hasn't seen Lauren yet. He says right now his thoughts are on Lauren, who has the worst of the injuries, and taking nothing for granted.
I think, just right now, the main focus is just Lauren. It's just Lauren, and we need to be praying for her. And
Micah's parents say both families are leaning on their faith.
I just can't help but think that there's a testimony on the other side of this, that God's going to use this.
And after hearing the news Micah would be okay, their thoughts shifted to Lauren.
But they were really concerned with Lauren, and just the whole time just praying, that God would be there.
Micah's parents say this is nothing short of divine intervention, and now they want to see if that extends to Lauren. Reporting, I'm Thomas Mundy, 10 News, working for you.
It's just heartbreaking.
It really is. And so we've shown you half of the story so far, but we're going to have the second half tomorrow.
That's right. We'll be talking to Lauren's parents. We'll keep you updated with the very latest.
Rainfall over the last 30 days has actually been pretty helpful, so not as bad of drought conditions as we've seen. I'll show you how that could get a little bit better after the break.
Spreading Christmas cheer through angel tree distribution. That was the goal today for the Roanoke Salvation Army. We had so much fun.
Yeah, as 10 News reporter Abby Coleman, who was also out there, shows us tonight, WSLS was there from start to finish, loading up lots of gifts for families to take home.
Today is distribution day. It's Christmas cheer day. It's joy, it's hope, it's love, it's sharing with the community today here at the Salvation Army.
After months of preparation, the Salvation Army handed out the thousands of presents collected for the Angel Tree program. Major Christina Trantham says it's a day filled with joy.
People, as they've been driving through, they're super excited about what's going on. It is really cold outside, but it's just this feeling of warmth and joy.
10 News anchor Jenna Zipton spent the morning giving back.
It's nice to see everybody's reaction too, like when you give them the presents and they're so thankful, and yeah, it's really nice. It's been a fun morning.
The Salvation Army partners with the Rail Yard Dogs, who came by to hand out gifts. Captain Mac Jansen tells me they're supporting a community that supports them.
No one should be lonely or alone, and definitely good kids shouldn't not get presents on Christmas. So, that's a good feeling that they can wake up that morning and get something that they deserve.
As we told you, the Salvation Army was short on donations last week after 215 angels weren't returned. But after an outpouring of last-minute community support, every car was filled.
On Friday of last week, I was pretty down. I was pretty gloomy, but today the atmosphere, the attitude is completely different.
A day about the joy of the season of giving, and how our community stepped up to help its own.
It's just a great feeling of fulfillment to be able to share with our neighbors in need.
In Roanoke, Abby Coleman, 10 News, working for you.
It was absolutely fantastic. Over 1,200 angels received presents today, so that's 1,200 happy Christmas mornings.
And that's all because everybody chipped in and donated, and so that those angels are taken care of.
Yeah, the community really stepped up in a big way.
All right, let's go to weather.
The 10 News Weather Authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Good evening, everyone. So in the last 30 days, the amount of rainfall that we've been lacking has actually, in most places, not been a problem. That was not the case for about the last 4 months or so that is kind of revelatory after this last round of rain that we got. Further off towards the west, around Memphis is where they're missing a lot of rain, at least in the last 30 days, and then from Dallas down towards Houston as well. But with new rain headed that direction over the next few days, that should help out. Now, for us, in the last 6 days, Sunday was the last time we got rain, about 0.8 inches. Definitely helped us out. Drought monitor will come out tomorrow for an updated list, but severe drought is a lot more limited than it was. Most of us are still in a moderate drought, though, so we could still use that moisture. On top of that, we're looking at pretty calm conditions Thursday, Friday, and for Saturday. All those winds are looking to stay calm. Saturday, our temperatures are going to be similar to what we got for today. Lots of low to mid 50s, and then on Sunday, we're going to warm up even more than that. So Christmas Eve, a lot of temperatures get up into the 60s, especially Roanoke, Lynchburg, and in Southside. So lots of comfortable weather on the way for us. Needless to say, we just stay pretty nice and calm until we get towards Christmas Day itself. There's a system heading our way that right now is still developing. So let's look at the flood potential over the next few days. Wednesday, it stays in California, down towards a lot of LA for Thursday as well. Moves a little bit further towards the east, Southern California, Southern Arizona for Friday. The system develops a little bit more on Saturday. While we don't have a lot of rainfall potential that day, on Sunday, we're looking at some flood potential in Arkansas and Louisiana. Now, I don't think we're really going to get a lot on Monday, but Tuesday, traveling after Christmas might be a little hairy because of extra rainfall headed our way. I don't think those rains will be as heavy as the previous rains that we saw from our last two systems. Overnight, most of our temperatures fall to the 20s, Roanoke at 29, Danville at 26. Some wind to cause some wind chill tomorrow morning, but we're able to warm up really nicely. For the solstice, we get to the 50s for our shortest day of the year. And then after that, we're a little bit cooler on Friday, some 40s peppered in here and there, but our temperatures bounce back pretty nicely on Saturday itself. We'll be up around 60 for Christmas Eve.